Diri subong, Apple, kaupod naton sa
Yes,
entablado.
welcome sa inyo tanan.
Alright, I know excited na gid ang tanan. Kag kalabanan sa aton. Excited man ang mic. Kalaban. Sound, okay. Kalabanan sa aton diri, no? Halos wala naman matulugan. Kaya rin naman ang isa kamaragtason nga hitabo sa kabuhi sa mga Capiznon, no? Nga magululupod kita tanan sa paghatag kadungganan sa aton nga kultura, tradisyon kag panublion. So lagat-lagatan naton mga pinalangga Capiznon, of course, to our guests and friends all over the Philippines and also outside of the Philippines, no? So thank you so much and please settle down lang.
So we will read to you the guidelines of the street dancing competition.
Mauna ang Capiz National High School
The competition is open to all local government units and selected schools in the province. Each participating LGU selected school shall send one participating group composed of not less than 80 performers.
The participating groups may be composed of the same performers of Maragtas and Capiztahan historical performance.
The parade shall commence at the designated area and shall take the route from Arnaldo Boulevard by Rojas City to Pueblo di Panay.
Participating LGUs are allowed only one float, measuring more or less 3 meters in width and 40 meters in length. One ambulance and one vehicle used as a sound system or utility vehicle during the parade.
The music to be used in these street dance performances is the Capiztahan theme song to be officially provided by the PTCAO.
Music must maintain a volume that will not interfere with other participating parade units while in the line of march.
The contingents are required to perform their choice of forward street dancing steps based on Capiz folk dances in the interim of judging areas.
Steps and movement patterns must remain wholesome and appropriate at all times.
Dance steps and choreography should be progressive all throughout the parade route to facilitate the continuity, spontaneity, and orderly flow of the parade. Violation of this rule will result to a deduction of 5 points from the final score of each judge.
Choreography in the street must not endanger any of the participants or audience. Raising, lifting, or tossing of persons by another person is prohibited. And aerial stunts are not allowed.
There shall be judges along the designated parade route from Legazpi Corner, Huge Street to City Mall, Rojas Avenue, Kilometer 1, Dancor to Robinson's Rotonda to ensure the continuity of the performance.
And all participating groups should wear appropriate footwear during the street dance. Barefoot is not allowed during the street dance parade.
Use of props is allowed based on the Capiznon folk dances such as Ohoy Alipangbang, Mamanagkaw, Pasigin, Pukol, Kabatingan, Inidusan, and Sulugnon.
Hats or bandana must be worn during the street dancing as headgear or protective device and may be used as hand props.
The use of flammable materials such as pyrotechnics as a part of the performances is strictly prohibited. Contingents are prohibited from performing dance movements that unduly endanger the safety of dancers.
The ranking system will be followed. In case of a tie, a point system will be used. If another tie or tie arises using the point system, the participating group with the most number of top ranks among the judges will be declared winner by the chairman of the Board of Judges. Questions or clarifications will not be entertained.
And let us go now to the float guidelines. The floats should be designed to portray the historical period, lesson, and values. Tableaus on the parade float must be faithful to the narrative and values portrayed. The costumes of the riders should reflect the era of the historical period and/or the lessons and values of the historical period.
The use of real weapons as props is not allowed.
Portable generators used on the float must be securely mounted on the vehicle or other substantial base.
The use of indigenous and environmentally friendly materials is highly encouraged.
The decker should extend to the driver's cab but not obscure the driver's field of view.
And only the participating city or municipalities' seal and float number are allowed as the float's form of identification. The seal may be placed anywhere in the float as long as the placement does not distract from the aesthetics of the design. The seal's dimensions should not exceed 3 feet in diameter.
For the float size, stabilized props on a float should not trip or interfere with the electrical wirings and other structures along the route during the parade. Set mounted on the truck or flatbed should not exceed 15 feet in height measured from the ground.
The float must be designed to maneuver the several corners along the parade route without delaying the forward motion of the parade or causing potential hazards.
Floats must have a minimum of 12 inches of ground clearance from the frame. Nothing should drag on the roadway from the float. Proper clearance of materials from around the wheels of the vehicles must be incorporated to avoid any materials being caught in them.
And for the float vehicles, float beds must be sturdy and capable of carrying the load.
Float vehicles must be properly registered and insured.
The float vehicle must be properly serviced for gasoline, water, oil, brakes, tires, and battery prior to entry into the parade. No extra gasoline or other than in the vehicle. No extra gasoline other than in the vehicle's tank can be carried on the float vehicle.
All vehicle exhaust systems must be clear of any decorative materials and properly ventilated. For the float riders, all passengers standing or sitting on the float must have handholds and safety railings or other support while the float is moving.
No children under the age of 13 will be allowed to ride on the float.
Indecent exposure is strictly prohibited.
And one additional personnel not connected or necessary. Again, one additional personnel not connected or necessary to be part of the float, and some may join on the float. However, he or she must ensure that his or her presence would not detract from the aesthetic properties of the float.
For the float drivers, all drivers must possess a valid professional driver's license and be adequately trained to drive their float and must be at least 25 years of age.
Once the float is positioned in assembly area, a driver and an LG representative must be in attendance at all times, as the floats must be escorted to and from the parade site.
The use of cell phones is prohibited while driving the vehicle on the parade route.
And all the drivers must wear decent attire. And once again, these are the guidelines for the historical parade or the street dancing competition and the best in float interpretation. Kag sa liwat, luyag naton ipaibalo sa tanan nga sarang naton makit-an ining mga performances sa Capiz Provincial Government Communications Group na Facebook page and the Capiz Tourism and Cultural Affairs Office nga Facebook page. And of course, we're joined by our friends from the media and content creators. Madamo gid nga salamat sa inyo tanan-tanan. So at this time, we would like to request everyone to please sit back, relax, and enjoy our program later on. Madamo gid nga salamat.
Bahaway-way danay kay balanamon nga grabe gid ang inyong pagsinaod kagaina sa ating street dancing competition. Grabe ang init kagaina. So we appreciate your efforts. Grabe gid, you deeply invested blood, sweat, and tears sa sining nga mga performances. Madamo gid nga salamat.
And of course, don't forget to hydrate yourselves, no? So kinahanglan gid mag-inom kita sa madamo nga tubig kay for sure, no, nagakalangkag gid or mas magakalangkag pa gid ang inyo tagipusoon sa mga makita ninyo nga performances later on. And again, sa inyo nga mga basura na please palihog, sundon naton ang Clay Go, no? Clean as you go. Dalon naton ang aton nga mga basura, especially mga bottles, no, or water bottles.
Single-use plastic.
Kag pwede man naton ipahamtang ina sa mga basurahan nga yara sa palibot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alright. I know excited na ginang tanan, no? Pero this time, luyag lang naman ipahibalo sa inyo, no? Ang natuhoy sa Maragtas ang Capiz cultural performances. So ari diri sa amon subong ang narrative or background, synopsis, outline, kag contingent performers and assigned presenters. So amon ini pagabasahon sa karon agud to magiyahan kita, no, ano ining aton nga mga ginalantaw, ano ini nga mga performance, no, kag nga man amo ini ang ilagi pasundayag subong nga hapon. For the background,
Yes, we're going to go mag-trip kita down memory lane. So ang background sang history sang Capiz. The narrative that makes sense is the essence or summary definition of history. The idea of historical narrative refers to what has meaning, essence, and relevant social phenomena and events in the past of a particular group of people. Kita nga mga Capiznon. But how and why is it important to explain social phenomena and historic events in Capiz's past? Those who do not know how to look back to where they came from will not reach their destination, says Dr. Jose Rizal, implying that the progress we seek is based on looking back to the past.
however, in order to give meaning to and reflect on the past as the destination path for Capiz's desired development, one must look beyond the factual, symbolic, and sociological uses of this work of heritage culturalization to proactive and concrete ways. That is, to historicize on social phenomena and historic events in the past in an expressive and creative manner. For these pioneering historical parade and artistic performances, we gathered organic, inclusive, and culturally relevant data and information from the province's unique cultural resources, heritage, memories, and folk knowledge. We did this to artistically present meaningful historical episodes from our beloved province's history.
In adhering to the strategic importance of social technology for development, we utilize the cultural universals approach in the culturalization of Capiz history. In a nutshell, Cultural universals refers to elements, patterns, characteristics, or institutions that are shared by all known human cultures around the world. Where can one find the so-called cultural universals in the field of human work that can be used to culturalize history and facilitate the teaching of history to the general public? The arts, particularly performing arts like the street cultural spectacle, are one of the characteristics of cultural universals. This type of performing arts discipline as platforms to be used is effective in conveying historical knowledge to the people because in addition to facilitating their acceptance due to the power of aesthetic expression, they will also be entertained.
And for the synopsis, let us immerse ourselves in the enchanting world of the Capiztahan folklore and history at the annual cultural festival with a theme titled The Maragtas ng Capiz, a Capiztahan cultural parade and historical festival performances, where the vibrant cultural and historical festival performances bring to life the timeless narratives of 4 epic episodes, 2 sugianons, folk tales, and 10 selected historic periods, each weaving a narrative tapestry rich in tradition, wisdom, and cultural heritage.
Step into the mesmerizing world of the Panay Bukidnon epic titled Sugidanon, the epic voyages and journeys unraveling the high seas adventures and the captivating Capiztanon's maritime cultural heritage as we showcase 4 captivating selected episodes of this talent extravaganza. Embark on a get lost in the enchanting story of Tungkong Langit, depicting stellar inception, celestial complementariness, and cosmic unity. Delve into the seamless connection between the celestial and terrestrial realms, emphasizing the significance of reliance, oneness, and with a fearless humadapnon in Tarangban Uno as he seeks his true love. The contextual expression of love for his future spouse who will match his regal birth from a distant land, carried out through a voyage, not only shows the exogamous nature of marriage practices among the Capiztanons, but also embodies the significant values of adventure, exploration, and courage in facing every challenge ahead with sufficient strength, bravery, and wisdom. Brace yourself for heart-pounding action in Tarangban Dos as Paglambuan set out on a perilous mission to retrieve a stolen heritage ship from a wicked aswang. The inherited ships are seafaring vessels of the past, which can be likened to luxurious vehicles of today, were not only utilized for transporting people, goods, and ideas efficiently, but more significantly as symbols of progress and socio-economic wellness, embodying the value of comfort or leisurely living and a mark of success that reflects the spirit of every Capiztanon. Finally, experience the grandeur, meticulously planning, and culturally opulence of a magnificent Panay Bukidnon wedding extravaganza in the dazzling finale of Tarangban Tres. The wedding ceremony, with its intricate customs and festivities, not only showcases the moral and spiritual dimensions to the public, but also functions as public display of social standing, the importance of wedding preparations, and a representation of the couple's identity, embodying a tradition that endures in Capiz province to this day.
And of course, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Vice Governor, Honorable Jaime O. Magbanua.
And at this point, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the Chief Operating Officer of Tourism Promotions Board of the Philippines, Let us all welcome Miss Maria Margareta M. Nograles.
And of course, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our Provincial Tourism and Cultural Affairs Officer, Mr. Alfonso Tesoro.
Good afternoon, everyone. We would like to request our ambulances nga ari diri sa right side near our floats. May we request you to move further back because our floats can no longer pass. Once again, kinahinyo gid namon ang mga ambulansya nga ari diri sa tuo nga bahin sang stage nga patubang. Pwede kita kan isdog dito pagid sa likod kay aton nga mga floats hindi na makaagi. Once again, we're requesting our ambulances, mga drivers ng aton nga ambulance, and LGUs in charge, nga ang mga ambulance nga ari diri sa right side, palihog, let us all move further back because our floats can no longer pass. Thank you very much.
Mayad-ayad nga hapon sa inyong tanan. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends and guests, to this year's magnificent festival in Capiz.
This event is a grand celebration of our rich history, culture, and traditions, showcasing the epic stories, folk tales, and historical narratives that define the identity of the Capiztahan.
Welcome to the Maragtas ng Capiztahan Historical Parade and Cultural Performances! I am Real De La Rosa.
And I am Apple Queen Labrador, your hosts for today's festivities. To officially start our program, let us all stand for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by a prayer and the Capiz hymn, to be led by the Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion Coral.
Pero sa siyamanan, alak ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuloy ka ng magiging, sa manlulubi, di ka pasisig. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simulan, sa gamit mong bagaw, may dilag ng tula, tawid sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiligid, ang bituin at araw ng kailan, tamay di magdidilig. Lupa ng araw na buwan, aking pagsinta mo'y langit. Sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pa, may mga api at namatay na dahil sa'yo. Sumasalangit ka, sambahin ang ngalan mo. Mapasa amin ang kaharian mo, sundin ang loob mo. Dito sa lupa, para lang sa langit, bigyan mo po kami ngayon ng aming kakanin sa araw-araw at tawarin mo kami sa aming mga salamat para ng pagpapatawad namin sa nagkakasala sa amin. At huwag mo kami ipahintulot sa tukso. Iadya mo kami sa lahat ng masama. Sapagkat sa'yo ang kaharian, kapangyarihan at kapurihan, ngayon at magpakailanman. Ngayon at magpakailanman. Capiz, narito ng manggan, sang Diyos, pinili, katagatan mo, kagamuhian.
Thank you so much, CPC Coral. You may now be seated or please settle down. Apol, kahibalo ka ba lang nga ikatatlo na ini katuig nga pagsalida sa aton manggaranon nga kultura, tradisyon kag panublion. Kag sa kada tuig, mapalad gid kita nga bugos ang suporta sa mga opisyal sang gobyerno, mapa-national man o kon lokal.
Tama gid na real. Makita kag mabatsyagan tagidang ila pagpalangga kag paghatag importansya sa aton nga dungganon nga Maragtas. And speaking of public official, we are really fortunate that we are joined by distinguished leaders of today. And to inspire us with their words, we are honored to have esteemed guests who continue to support and uplift our cultural initiatives.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Chief Operating Officer of the Tourism Promotions Board of the Philippines, Miss Maria Margarita M. Nograles.
May gabi sa tanan. May gabi, good evening to everyone. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to our beloved Governor Ferdinand H. Castro. Gov, daghang salamat kaayo for having me tonight. It is such a great honor to be here in your beautiful province of Capiz. So, alam nyo, mahal na mahal ho namin ang Capiz. We are the Tourism Promotions Board. So ano pala yung Tourism Promotions Board? We are the marketing arm of the Philippine Department of Tourism in charge of our 13 key markets around the world. So kami ho ang nagpro-promote ng mga destinations natin around the world. So we love Capiz. Why? Why do we love Capiz? First of all, I would like to congratulate you for winning the Best Cultural Festival in the provincial category last year. Big round of applause, please, for Capiz. Over the past few years, kami ho sa sa Tourism Promotions Board, we have witnessed how the province, how you have strengthened your tourism efforts and initiatives. I would like to let all of you know that you have a strong partner in us sa TPB, and we are proud to be your partner. In 2023, the Tourism Promotions Board was here in Capiz. We conducted a marketing enhancement workshop with community-based tourism stakeholders in Capiz. So apart from that, we also conducted fan tours for our TPB members, tour operators, travel agencies. We brought them all here to Capiz from around the Philippines for them to create more packages into Capiz. Just last year, the TPB was also in Rojas City for one of our institutional events, Regional Travel Fair. During this event, we were able to organize a trade fair where many people visited. We also conducted business-to-business sessions and tours for our tourism stakeholders so that more people pa will want to come visit your beautiful province. And to share with everyone, again, a big congratulations to Capiz because that was one of our most successful regional travel fairs in the last 3 years. A big round of applause again. If you follow our social media sa Instagram ho and sa Facebook, makikita nyo yung promotions namin for Capiz during the regional travel fair. And you can see that there are thousands of likes and views and comments. So again, I'm so proud of all of you. There is really much to experience in your beautiful Capiztahan will be just as exciting. I am happy to be able to witness the Maragtas sang Capiznon, no? Capiznon tonight. Because tonight we invite everyone to remember the rich history of the province. Kami ho sa TPB, we believe in strengthening the identity of the Filipino. and it makes me happy to be part of an event that champions our roots. Through this historical performance, it is my hope that you will all be proud of your heritage and be more inspired to show everyone how wonderful Capiz is. As what Gov said kanina, di ba? Sabi niya, it is important for us to understand kung saan tayo galing. And so we can understand kung saan tayo patungo. I am also excited to enjoy tonight the Surambao, correct ba? Surambao Seafood Fest, which will showcase the rich culinary treasures of Capiz. So everyone, I hope our efforts to champion the seafood capital of the Philippines does not end here. May this event serve as a reminder that we all need to work together to elevate Capiz's reputation as a must-visit destination for food enthusiasts and travelers alike. By sharing our culinary experiences, promoting the province's diverse attractions, and highlighting the unforgettable entertainment, we can truly place Capiz on the global map. So once again, daghang salamat sa tanan. Congratulations to Capiztahan, the rich cultural heritage of Capiz, and the bright future of tourism in this incredible province. I am so honored to be with all of you tonight. Daghang salamat sa tanan. Love the Philippines.
In Capiz, we say madamong gid nga salamat, ma'am, for your unwavering support in promoting our local heritage.
And of course, at this point in time, hindi man dapat naton malipatan ang isa ka leader, ang aton pinalangga nga amay, and the father who has always championed Capiz history and culture. Palakpakan naton aton pinalangga nga gobernador nga bantayog sang serbisyo nga mayuhong kag Balatsyagon, Honorable Freddy Neil H. Castro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed with the competition, let us first go through the criteria for judging and the prizes at stake for our Maragtas cultural performances.
For the Best in Performance Major Award, Story and Structure, 20%. Choreography and Staging, 20%. Acting and Characterization, 20%. Production Design, 15%. Music and Scoring, 15%. And Dramatic Impact, 10%. For a total of 100%.
And for our prizes, the consolation prize winners will receive 10,000 pesos. The fourth runner-up will receive 20,000 pesos. Our third runner-up will take home 40,000 pesos, while the second runner-up will receive 60,000 pesos. This year's first runner-up will receive 90,000 pesos. And this year's grand winner will take home 150,000 pesos.
Of course, an event of this caliber would not be complete without our esteemed panel of judges, experts in culture, history, and the performing arts. Let us now introduce them one by one.
Our first judge is the first magna cum laude of the College of Pescar, West Visayas State University, earning his bachelor's degree in physical education and master in physical education. 2017 Fulbright Fellow, earning a doctorate in philosophy in critical dance studies. Represented the Philippines in cultural exchanges, competitions, and performances in Germany, Japan, Thailand, Spain, and the USA. Currently the chairperson of the Division of Culture and Arts and the artistic director of Teatro Tayo, the resident theater company of the College of Pescar, West Visayas State University. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Dr. Jemuel Barrera Garcia.
For our second judge, a director of Kinaadman Center for Culture and the Arts at Colegio San Agustin, Bacolod City, a former executive committee member of the Committee on Dramatic Arts and Gawad Gabay Awardee of the NCCA for his contributions to the Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts. A 2019 Outstanding Negrosanon for his contributions to the Panaad Sa Negros Festival as head of the cultural competitions and member of the board of the Negros Arts and Cultural Council. Let us all welcome Mr. Rodolfo M. Riveche.
And our third judge is an accomplished choreographer and dance educator with extensive experience in artistic leadership, choreography, and mentorship. A former artistic director of the UP Dance Company, she has received international recognition, including an Asian Cultural Council grant and a residency at the American Dance Festival. She has trained award-winning dancers for major international ballet competitions and co-founded Soup of Grace, an initiative fostering creative collaboration during the pandemic. Currently, she directs Palay Bugay Dance Studio in Iloilo City, continuing her commitment to dance education and community outreach. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Miss Maria Elena Lanyog Alvarez.
For our fourth judge, she served as principal dancer, resident choreographer, and artistic director of Ballet Philippines. Her choreographies have been performed worldwide with critical acclaim. She served as columnist and dance critic for the Philippine Star and the Manila Times and authored articles for leading magazines. She appears as a lead actor in several theatrical plays at the Cultural Center of the Philippines and as guest in television series. She's currently a celebrated visual artist with several exhibits to her name. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Edna Vida.
Our fifth judge is a film composer based in Manila with a Bachelor of Music and Composition from the University of the Philippines and a Master of Fine Arts in Musical Theater writing from New York University. He is highly experienced in writing music for film, television, theater, and advertising. He has participated in intensive 2-week film music masterclass in Klosterneuburg, Austria, headed by the legendary Hollywood composer and orchestrator Conrad Pope. With over 80 film scores, theater productions, and various advertising projects and corporate events to his credit, he is celebrated as an award-winning composer in contemporary Philippine cinema, television, and theater. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Von Rodsin de Guzman.
Our sixth judge. He is the Executive Director of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. He is also an Associate Professor of the UST Graduate School for Cultural Heritage Studies and National Coordinator of the Catholic Bishops' Conference Episcopal Commission for the Cultural Heritage of the Church. Internationally, he is the Secretary General of Asia Pacific Higher Education Network for Intangible Cultural Heritage, or AFIN-ICH, an accredited evaluator of UNESCO World Heritage Site. He contributed to the development of UNESCO Competency Framework for Heritage Professionals in Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a warm of applause, Mr. Eric B. Zerudo.
And our next judge is a multi-awarded theater director, playwright, arts administrator, and festival curator. He now serves as consultant for major art and heritage festivals in Aklan, Bohol, Capiz, and Zamboanga del Norte. He has been a member of the jury of major festival street dance competitions in the last 15 years. He founded the Pasinaya Open House Festival, the largest multi-arts festival in the country, which is now running on its 20th year. He is currently the festival director of the Cinemalaya Philippine Independent Film Festival. He was the former vice president and artistic director of the Cultural Center of the Philippines. Let's give it for Mr. Chris Lindon Bimiliado.
For our 8th judge, a Deputy Executive Director of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, the head of the Policy Research Planning and Regional Coordination Office of NCCA. She's a board member of the Bataan High School for the Arts, Philippine representative to the International Federation of Art Councils and Cultural Agencies, Philippine representative to Asian Dance Committee. She was a 2023 Outstanding Negrense Award and a 2024 Outstanding Citizen of Kabangkalan City and Golden Leaf Presidential Award for Cultural Leadership. He has been a judge of various national and local festivals. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Miss Marichu G. Teliano.
And of course, we would like to welcome our 9th judge. She is the chairman of the dance committee of the ITI, or International Theater Institute. She is the past chairman of the dance committee of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, a founder and artistic director of the multi-awarded Halili Cruz School of Ballet and the Halili Cruz Conservatory, consistent first prize winner and gold prize awardee in the different international competitions in America, Asia, and Europe. Aside from graduating valedictorian summa cum laude, she has received more than 300 national and international awards in the field of academics, leadership, dance, culture, and the arts. She is the founder of the director of the national international projects and has extensively traveled around the world as a dance educator, performer, adjudicator, choreographer, resource person, and as artistic director. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. Shirley Halili Cruz.
There you have it, our panel of judges.
Madamugin nga salamat sa ato mga dungganon nga hukom for taking on the difficult task of evaluating these incredible performances. Sa sini nga adlaw, aton masaksihan ang makakulunyag nga mga pasundayag gikan sa nagkalain-lain nga mga munisipalidad kag institusyon samtang ginatagan nila sang kabuhi ang mga bantog nga panglugayawon, sugilanon kag maragtason nga palanublion sang Capiz pinaagi sa drama, musika, saot kag taliambong.
Let the rhythm of our history awaken your senses and the passion of our performers ignite your pride in the culture that defines us. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially begin the
Maragtas Cultural Performances! Dali kagato na nga saksihan ang maduagon nga kultura maragtas ka panublion sang linahing Capiznon.
Before our first set of competitors, let us witness a special performance that will immerse us in the epic tradition of chanting.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the epic chanting performance by Capiz National High School. Isa ka maabi-abihon kag maayad-ayad nga gabi sa inyong matanan. Sa sini nga gabi, aton pagasaksihan ang matahong nga istorya ni tungkong langit kag alunsina, kung paano nahimo ang kalibutan kasubong man ang isa ka maayong epiko sang panay bukidnon nga ginatiguluhan sugidanon. Ang sugidanon natunga sa 3 kabahin. Sa nauna nga bahin sang tarangban, amo ini ang paglayag ni umadapnon sang pagpangita sang iya alasawahon apang natangban siya sa isa ka mariit nga tarangban. Sa ikaduwa nga bahin, amo naman ini ang pagpawi ni umadapnon sang sakayan nga panublion kag paglambuhan nga aswang. Kag sa pinal nga bahin sang tarangban, aton saksihan ang paglayas ni Malitong Tiya kag ang pakipag-away ni umadapnon kag dumalapdap sa manog nga may 7 ka ulo kag ang kasal ni umadapnon kag nagmalitong Tiya.
Ladies and gentlemen, Capiz National High School.
Sugid, panungging sugidanon, kaginoong arangdon, tanan nga datong, nga parang kuton, si Puyong umadagnon, si umadap sa kilat, si umbot sa karugyaw, panibandong at pagapuhawa sa panay, sa durog kamalubay, sa subang alay-alay. doon magbayhon-bayhon, adama lesyon, libontog pang binukot, sinagmalitong diya, sinagmaling diwata, kalikit to'y gaunta, kagika sa unyakan, gahinunit kudangdang, gaimurang-urang.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What a mesmerizing way to start our event. Now, let us proceed with the first part of the competition.
Ang nahauna nga bahin, amo ang sugidanon ukon epic. In this segment, we relive the grandeur of the epic voyages and journeys, highlighting the Capiztahan's deep connection to maritime heritage.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now witness the performance of the municipality of Maayon. They are going to present Tungkong Langit, the importance of creation, oneness and interconnectedness, and its relevance in present society. Tungkong Langit and Alunsina is a Visayan creation myth from the Philippines that explains the origins of the world. It tells the story of two deities, Tungkong Langit, the industrious and responsible god, and Alunsina, the carefree and jealous goddess. Tungkong Langit and Alunsina live together in harmony in the vast emptiness of the universe. Tungkong Langit was a hard-working god who spent his time organizing the cosmos, while Alunsina was more carefree and preferred to stay at home. Over time, Alunsina became possessive and suspicious of Tungkong Langit's actions, fearing that he would leave her for another goddess. She sent the wind to spy on him, which angered Tungkong Langit. One day, in fit of rage and frustration, Tungkong Langit banished Alunsina from their home. After she left, he realized his mistake and deeply regretted his actions. In an attempt to fill the void left by Alunsina, he created the sky, the sea, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Despite all these creations, he remained lonely, constantly longing for Alunsina to return. The myth symbolizes the balance of creation and destructions, the power of love and regret, and the origins of the natural world. It also reflects Filipino cultural values, such as responsibility, harmony, and the consequences of jealousy and misunderstanding in relationships.
The municipality of Maayon is represented by the Maayon National High School, with the support of their local government unit headed by Mayor Raymond D. Malapajo and its Vice Mayor together with its Sangguniang Bayan members. Tourism Officer Kimberly Joy Doronio. Principal or School Head Dr. Aida F. Villanueva. Director Jason Bismanos Arsenas. Dance Director and Choreographer Raymar Clarito Reno. Production Designer Rems Kietchon. Music Director Eliza Jean Biclar Kietchon. And Scriptwriter and Researcher Meryl Panuncio. Ladies and gentlemen, to present Tungkong Langit, the importance of creation, oneness, and interconnectedness and its relevance in present society. Municipality of Maayon!
Hasta pa kita sa 16 sa Festival of Dao. Yan may artista. Ayan na, ready na? Ayan. Okay!
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the performers from the municipality of Maayon. Next is the municipality of Dumalag. They are going to present Humadapnon sa Tarangban. This begins with the journey of Humadapnon in search of Nagmanitong Dia, who alone can match the status of Humadapnon and is worthy to be his wife. Together with his brother, Dumalapdap, they ride in a golden boat, or biday. He is, however, seduced by Malubay Hanginon and Binukots. Humadapnon were lured and was trapped inside the enchanted cave. The Busalians and his parents did everything to free Humadapnon, but to no avail. Only Nagmanitong Dia, disguised as Buyong Sumasakay, was their hope. How they retrieved Humadapnon after 7 years is the exciting part of the epic. Tarangban is known to be the best epic of Panay Bukidnon.
The municipality of Dumalag is represented by Concepcion Castro Garcia National High School and Dumalag Vocational and Technical School. They are supported by the local government unit headed by Honorable Maria Concepcion T. Castro, together with Vice Mayor and Sangguniang Bayan members. Tourism Officer Nuijen R. Poholano. Principal or School Head Mr. Francis Iglesia, Officer in Charge and Dr. Revic C. Fribaldos, Vocational Administrator 3. Director, Mrs. Lida F. Apines. Dance Director and Choreographer, Mrs. Lida F. Apines. Production Designer, Mr. Martin Fadrique. Music Director, Mr. Wild Clint Zanoria. And Scriptwriter and Researcher, Mr. Arvin Funa. Ladies and gentlemen, to present Humadapnon sa Taramban,
Municipality of Tumala.
Barangay sa bukad yun, tarangban, bukay na purun, dalan ng utanay, makawiwili, aday makikitwilinda, maturo, mama, buntiraw sa sulapin, kaanyag, supra sa yakaya. Pinalagi ingking mong din kasi pinalanggang din orang sikino ong harang dun si gatong parang kutong pinang bandes tarang bang bokat sa putoy nagaliik iimun sa kinungutuyan. Burungan burung na bakuanan pagkakano lang tao karating halawan sa lugar at ang bansa ko rondalan konsemadong datu asino amalang nagatatarang bumbong katudang sa bukaw isibuyong sumasyo kaya ganun lang sa hangin katawas lang sa bit kata nasa kauklikun kaiwa kasahit kasinalikum kum kabangkau kabit-bit kalibu iwan masagasay harang yung masamput kay para puto. Pagbulis na kaaga, pagdaliwas-was ka
ka libutan kapito na kuno libuton anong ali-ali tungkod kang bintikan basko kang dalog dugos kakidoy tarang banidoy urundalaan.
Once again, let's give it up for Municipality of Dumalag! And now, to present the epic of the retrieval of the stolen heritage boat from Dato Paglambuhan. To perform, from the Municipality of Hamindan. Long ago, under a bright sun, Dato Paiburong was fishing aboard a silver boat when Dato Paglambuhan and his horde of aswangs passed by. He was so scared that he fled and abandoned his silver boat, leaving behind Timparang Amuon, its monkey guardian. The aswangs seized the abandoned vessel along with the monkey. Meanwhile, Humadapnon sought Nagmanitong Diaz's hand in marriage. Though she loved him, she set a condition. He must retrieve the stolen heritage boat from the powerful aswang, Dato Paglambuhan. To prove his love, humadapnon with his brother Dumalapdap, Nagmalitong Dia and his crew embarked on a long and arduous journey to Gimongat, Barokya sa Subang, Gilagila. After years of travel, they reached Paglambuan's lair. Everyone disembarked in search of the stolen boat, while Nagmalitong Dia saw the guardian monkey and offered it bananas. Adamant to retrieve the boat, Humadapnon called on Paglambuan and challenged him, sparking a fierce battle. Paglambuan's son, Buyong Kadulungan, attacked Dumalapdap recklessly with his bow and arrow. Dumalapdap retreated for a while but summoned enough courage with Nagmalito's help, which fatally wounded the Aswang's son with an arrow. Paglambuan and Humadapnon then engaged in a contest of power, pataas-taas duhan. Realizing Humadapnon's superior strength, Paglambuan challenged him to hand-to-hand combat. During the intense duel, Nagmalitong Dia used her beauty and powers to distract Panglambuhan, creating an opening for Humadapnon to wound the Aswang fatally with his sword. With Paglambuan's death, Humadapnon was able to retrieve the stolen heritage boat.
Representing Municipality of Hamindan is Hamindan National High School, supported by their local government, headed by Mayor MacArthur Valdemar, their Vice Mayor and Sangguniang Bayan members, Tourism Officer Ms. Aisil Luces, Principal or School Head Dr. Leonardo Farilion, Artistic Director Vivian L. Donomal, Dance Director Choreographer Arnel Villasis, Assistant Choreographer Rhinex Villasis, Drama Director Jeanette G. Panag, Assistant Drama Director Ludenia Concepcion, Script and Story Writer Lucille A. Montorio, Music Director R.G. Clavaton, and Technical Operator Camille Vestidas. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the epic of the retrieval of the stolen heritage boat from Datong Paglambuhan, Municipality of Hamindan! Check.
Kugin ikaw, mga pangasalukan. Ang ko ang imo mga katiguan. Pangayon ko ang imo kamot.
Gusto ko man ikaw, buyong humadapnon. Ikaw ang natalana para mangin asawa ko. Apang bawion taanay, ang panulion ko mabigay. Pag-ikawat ni Dato Paglambuhan. Isa siya kamakusog, kagabunan na asong.
Maligid sa iyo ay maupig sa Oripon ay songgol pagwayan. Hintayin ninyo ang bata ko. Buyong humanap noon, ihanda ang imo lananhan. Mapataas-taas kita sangduan. Ipagita talang diya sa inawa! Mangayo ako kamaraon sa matahong nga binokod.
Hindi ako magpasugot! Agi ikaw anay sa talong! Kasandugo ko! Ako, si Buyong Humapatlon, ang nagabatay kay paglambuhan, ang pinagagabunan, karadlukan kag maisog na aswang, sa gibungat parukya, sa tubang gila-gila!
Katinat ako pang isa na naman ka, so ginanon nga natapos sa karautan kahalawon. Aton halongan, kagipagigbago aton ang inagkan, tibigan mga panagtiyo na rin sa mga kaalaman.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the performers from the municipality of Hamindan.
2% suidanon sa paghungaw kag humadapnon kag nagmalitong dia. Capiz State University Capiz Satellite College. In this epic tale, Nagmanitong Dia, a young and thoughtful woman, reflects on the challenges she plans to impose on Humadapnon before marrying him. Deciding to test his love, she runs away to Limawon, a distant and mystical place. She instructs her guardian, Bagsang, a multi-headed serpent, to prevent anyone from entering, including Humadapnon. Meanwhile, Humadapnon, puzzled by her sudden disappearance, and embarks on a search. With his brother Dumalapda, they set sail to find her, eventually encountering a giant multi-headed snake blocking their path. After a fierce battle, they managed to defeat the snake, but soon discovered that it was the world itself causing the disturbance. Nagmanitong Dia, worried about Humadapnon's safety, eventually reunites with him, using her powers to resurrect him after he is swallowed by the huge snake. She then returns home, where the two are celebrated in a grand feast, the Hungao, marking their union of marriage. The joyous occasion is filled with music, dancing, and the blessings of the earth as the world itself rejoices in their marriage.
Representing the municipality of Capiz is Capiz State University Capiz Satellite College, with the support of their local government unit headed by Mayor Roberto O. Palomar, together with the Vice Mayor and Sangguniang Bayan members. Tourism Officer Sol Miguelito M. Jimenez. School Head Dr. Arlene C. Gonzalez. Director Professor Ann Domingo Navarra. Dance Director and Choreographer Professor Stephen Diestro. Production Designer Dr. Riza Palomar. Music Director Dr. Merlito F. Lanich Jr. Scriptwriter and Researcher Dr. Ronilo G. Perondo. Ladies and gentlemen, to present sugidanon sa paghungaw kay wadapnon kag nagmantong tiya, Capiz State University Capiz Satellite College.
Iwanan nganon mo si Buyong madap nun kaksin Buyong lumalagdak sukinda maangyan di mapario ang sulabigas paambong sobras agayon kayo. Tumiling ka baguhan sa ibang pada tuan. Bungsukan kalamit ada kapanin yuman pinunggah yang ulo anong tingay awan. O sumilin kamu mag-agini kamu magsabigan sumilin mo marupaag yun hindi pagpalumasyon ipatamu-tamu anay ibayong adama ikiligan si Buyong lumalapda. dulong kalibutan kapangasay kahit lawaning kul sa sayaw manoy natabo anoy nagsatigat kaya kwason aliya iman ogon. Bawa sa tumpun umpa sa buhawit magmari jiwa tapos laikan tapusan sa madlaikan samaran at duy bang pinatay doy bang tulay. Darurong tadong pambailong tadong pangasin itay magbabalong-balong ada magpahilong-hilong ang puro tak madawgan saon amaduyugan. Surondon ni mawamong sugidanon.
Presented sugidanon sa pahungaw kay humadapnon kag nagmanitong dia Capiz State University Tapas Satellite College.
Thank you to the 4 participating contingents who took us back in time to the legendary high seas adventures of our ancestors. Apang bago ina, ang masunod naton nga mga tagpo manasakop, ginapasalamatan man naton ang principal sa Capiz National High School, Dr. Charlie Vegas.
And now, let us enjoy another special performance. This time, a composer singing performance by Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion.
Yes, sir. Ano po, sir?
Once again, to perform Composo Singing. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Colegio de la Purísima Concepción.
Hindi na istorya
Once again, let's give it for Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion. And of course, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the Rector, Very Reverend Father Freddy Bilianes. Madamo gid nga salamat. The next part will take us into the heart of Capiztahan folklore. This is Sugilanon, or folktale, where we celebrate the essence of our people's stories through vibrant performances.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be enchanted as two contingents bring our folktales to life, starting with the Capiz State University Mambusaw, Burias Campus. Ang pagpanambi ni Dim Ano. In the midst of tears, follows the brave warrior and shaman, Dim Ano, as he protects his Panay Bukidnon community. The play opens with scenes showcasing their way of life, bountiful harvests, and the pride of their warriors, establishing a vibrant tone. The story takes a dramatic turn with the threatening arrival of Siao, led by the fierce Lagan-Lagan, who is searching for Dim Ano. Concealing his identity, Dim Ano prepares for a confrontation. While his child makes a comforting bowl of lugaw, Dim Ano performs a quick ritual, revealing that he is destined to die in battle. Driven by fate, he courageously faces the Siao, defeating them while Lagan-Lagan sleeps nearby. When Lagan-Lagan awakens to the shocking news, he and Dim Ano engaged in a fierce battle. Though Lagan-Lagan escapes wounded, he ultimately meets his end at the hands of Dim Ano's cousin, La Quintaño, in a tragic twist. Meanwhile, Dim Ano tends to his wounds by a stream filled with mystical hopes, but tragically departs due to an ineffective ritual, leaving his family devastated by grief. The community mourns as they unite in sorrow, donning black veils to signify their loss. Yet, from this despair springs hope. Dim Ano's child, poised to take his father's place, emerges as a beacon for the future, embodying resilience and unity within the Panay Bukidnon community. In the midst of tears is a gripping tale of bravery, sacrifice, and the enduring power of love amidst heartache.
Representing Municipality of Mambusaw is Capiz State University Burias Campus. Together with the support of their local government unit headed by Honorable Luz Diminda A. Labao, Municipal Mayor, Tourism Officer Mr. Kenneth Villorrente, University President 3 Dr. Efren L. Linan, Campus Administrator of Burias Campus Dr. Rodiad B. Madiglum, Dance Director and Choreographers Professor Nino L. Horario, Mr. Carl Fred Destura, Mr. J. Raymond Alayon, Float and Set Designers Dr. Elman Torres, Mr. Carl Fred Destura, Mr. Jos Havedra, and Mr. Alvin Lano. Music Directors Professor Nino Horario, Professor Irene Sequito, Mr. Lodovico Martelino. Scriptwriters and researchers Dr. Gerard Lee Atienza, Professor Nino Horario, Mr. Carl Fred Destura. Costume designers Professor Nino Lohario, Professor Glenn Rose Mejia, Professor Joan Ray Lantoria, and Professor Angeline Vestidas. To present ang pagpanambi ni Dim Ano, Capiz State University, Burias Campus!
Retiro kanay mobi turu kanay sortiro sa manaligang lusun madawang doluyan.
lang kaisip kang darungdong. Kung nahanapurulakaw, sabay ang bungkayaw sa kayang kung kantado sa lunok. Kanto sa marabong, maghabol ka mo maghalungkot, magkayang nanagdak sa inyong sandigan anak sa paparangutan. Kung si Ginoong paigrap, si datong panalamdag, si Ginoong paglibutol, si pang-ali-alilong, ali na ganitong, si Ganda yung timahon, malungbungi ang may ilawas, tabangi itubuan. Punat napnaw, dugid may bantukan, na dura ni sa bantulayan, sumilit kami ka na magpalit, ang ganitong paligid, na nagdura kami ka ng dahil, napnaw. Kasanunod na dakog sa imong kulidan. Amang goyang masanunod na dakog sa imong sa matyaw.
Once again, presented ang pagpanambi ni Dim Ano, Capiz State University Burias Campus!
Thank you so much, Capiz State University, Mambusaw, Burias Campus. Moving on, we continue with the performance of the Municipality of Sigma.
The story of Magbaruto revolves in the quest for love of Magbaruto, a mortal who fell in love to a divine being named Doña Maria.